And hello, I am Alex and this is Steam Clean, and with me today is...
Jonita, who is much better than our friend Silver Mont here. In every aspect.
Maybe at Magic, but...
No, I said every aspect and I mean it.
No, start. 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 Start.
Start.
Yes. So, this is the longest game title in the world. It's Magic the Gathering, Duels of the Planeswalkers, 2014. And it came out in 2013 actually, but...
It's always a year ahead.
Yeah, that's pretty typical. Like, you know, like wrestling games always come out there. I don't want to talk about wrestling games though, but so Magic the Gathering is a card game that's been running since what, 1990 or something?
No idea.
It's been running basically my entire life. And I'm 23, so I am a newcomer to Magic. I started like 2-3 weeks ago.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and how long have you been playing it for?
I've been playing since Kamigawa, and I think that's about 9 or 10 years. I don't really know. I've been playing on and off, so I've missed some sets in between, but that's Kamigawa was when I started.
So what, around 2003 maybe?
I don't know.
Well, a long time then.
Yeah, long-ish.
Yeah. So this is the 4th in this sort of series, which is mostly it's like a collectible card game, but this is like a digital version, obviously.
Oh, crap. See, you distracted me. That's good.
Hey, I'm pretty distracted too. But so what's this? So obviously, I can't see her cards. She's at the top of the screen. I'm at the bottom of the screen, but she can see them when I put them out onto the table like this. So this is the 4th game in this sort of digital series of well, Magic, I guess. And
I've tried the previous one, and I think this is a slight improvement.
yeah, it's I've not played any of the others, but I've heard of them. I think I actually had one of them free on my Xbox, but I never, because they gave it away for free or something, but I never played it until recently. Ah, that's an annoying card.
Mm-hmm.
So the basic premise of well, Magic is you start with 20 life and you have to reduce your opponent's life to 0. Pretty simple. And you do that by summoning creatures. Hence, well, I guess you gather the creatures or whatever. You gather the magic and all that. So these are my sort of land cards that I'm looking at right here. And these are basically your mana. Every creature needs a certain amount of mana. Like this one needs 3 any colour and 1 black, which I have, which means I can play him. But because he has a when he enters the battlefield, I'm not going to do that yet because obviously I can't take advantage of his, well, his ability. And every creature has their own attack and defense values. Like this one has 2/2, and he also has protection from white and first strike. First strike meaning, well, he attacks first, and if his damage would kill them, then, well, yeah. So what I'm gonna do is, because she has that, means tap target creature defending player it controls, which would counter my giant scorpion, which otherwise I could use because it has death touch, which you can basically use to kill. Basically, if a creature with death touch attacks another creature, it automatically kills them.
Yeah, no matter how much damage it deals, but it has to deal with damage.
Yes, pretty much. But because of that Master of Diversion, the super annoying card, it means I won't have anything to defend with when she attacks. Well, I'll have one defender, but if she attacks with it, I can kill it with my Black Knight.
So you think?
So I think, anyway.
What do you think? Because... I know you don't want to sacrifice anything.
I'm not sure what's going on here, but we'll see what happens. 2/2 and is flying into end of turn.
Oh, that's this is what confuses me in the digital version, because obviously in the tabletop version, if you in the middle of declaring your attackers and blockers give some creature flying, and you don't have a creature that has flying,
yeah,
or meaning it could block flying, then it becomes an invalid target, and I should have been able to save my creature.
I guess because I'd already set mine as a blocker, it didn't count.
Yeah, but still, that's how the digital version works. If I do that in a tournament, with real judges telling me what's right and what's wrong, it works, because then it's no longer a valid target for you to block it. It's the same if I had given him unblockable.
So the digital version seemingly uses slightly different rules, and it also has a timer, which can be quite confusing.
Confusing, just annoying.
Yeah. So, although I did lose my nice scorpion, that's not too much of an issue, because... I can also do this. So when I put him down, it allows me to get my scorpion back into my hand, which means I can play him again next turn. And it also means I can attack this turn, because...
Well, your knight has protection from white, which means I can't even block it. And if you, with your protection guy, block a white one, it doesn't deal any damage to that creature.
Yeah. But he doesn't have vigilance, so I'm going to skip my attack for now, because next turn I'll be able to get another creature out, so... And so all the cards are divided up into different colours. You have black, white, green, blue, and red. And some cards have multiple colours, and they all sort of specialise in their own things, I suppose. Like green seems to focus on having very strong creatures. Black is mostly about like zombies. Well, not mostly, but there's a lot of zombies and vampires, and
it's about nasty.
Yeah, very
things, often at the cost of your own health.
Yeah, I don't really like black. I think it's a bit too powerful, perhaps, because some colours are better at countering than others, and black and blue seem to be able to counter any other colour, like, perfectly.
Well, you forget elf decks in green.
Yeah, but they don't really have much.
It depends on how you build your colour, because each colour is insanely strong if you...
Well, good example. Black, you can get strong creatures, death touch creatures, and you also get stuff like Doomblade. Whereas a lot of green decks don't seem to have much in the way of Doombladey stuff. They have like Prey Upon, I suppose, but... So now I have... You can play one land per turn, and as many creatures as you want, as long as you have the mana for them. And I'm going to play my giant scorpion, who died and then came back. That's another thing black has quite a lot of. You can return creatures from your graveyard. And now I'm going to attack with... I'm going to attack with my Gravedigger, which can be blocked, whereas my Black Knight can't be blocked by that because it's a white card. But because they're both 2/2, if she does block like this, they'll kill each other.
Yeah, I still don't see why you didn't attack with the knight as well. you know, been able to deal damage.
Yeah.
Oh well. Say bye.
Destroy all creatures. See, that's one of the reasons I didn't play these two guys down here. And why I will, but I will play him now. So we'll play this guy here. And because he's flying, it means she can only block him with a creature that is either flying or is able to block flying creatures. Like, a lot of spiders can block flying creatures. Probably because they have like webs and stuff, but who knows. And she played a Yavi Maya worm.
Worms are typically quite fat and strong and have trample,
Yeah.
which means that all the excess damage past the defending creature's toughness is dealt to the player controlling that blocker.
So like if I were to attack with a trample creature that had 10 attack and she blocked with something that had, say, 5 defense, it would block 5, but the other 5 would go through and still hit her. There's a lot of effects like that, and some of them can be quite confusing, and some of them just outright don't work in this version. Another Master of Diversion. That's pretty good. And because of that, what I'm now going to have to do is... let's see...
Please don't tell me you have a Doom Blade.
I don't have a Doom Blade, no. So I'm not gonna block that, because you don't have to block. Well, sometimes you do if it has like, this creature must be blocked, but most of the time you can choose. So what I'm going to do is... I am going to play...
Oh.
So I can choose either player's graveyard here,
Yeah.
but...
because it doesn't specify that.
Yeah.
More graveyard.
Yeah. And I'm going to...
especially handy in like 4-player games.
So I'm going to bring back my Black Knight onto the field, because he has protection from white, useful against the Master of Diversion. Then I will also play this, which allows me to put some mana out, which I'll do that. And now, let's see, 2. So I can attack with him and him, which only leaves me with 1 blocker, which is quite risky, but it's all about, you know, taking risks and stuff. Sometimes they pay off and sometimes they don't. I can see that she has 1 card in her hand, which is this thing here, and all her mana is tapped, so she probably doesn't have too much she can do. But she's using both her creatures to block 1 of mine, which can happen. And if she did that, it probably means she has more creatures to bring out. So I could block that, but I would still take damage. So I'm not going to, because it would only... I mean, I'm going to be on less, you know, health, but...
yeah, it will only hurt you in the end.
Yeah. I was going to get hit either way, and what do we have here? A pretty nice card.
I didn't want to block your vampire, because I would have just ended up buffing it.
So I'm going to... as you can see, I have a few nice cards, especially this one. But if I play him now, it might be a bit dangerous. So instead, I'll play this thing, which heals me, damages her, and gives me another blocker. Quite a disposable blocker, because I can also bring them back from the graveyard if I have, say, something to bring them back with. And I will only attack with 1. I'll keep him out, because protection from white is quite useful if they have white. So you can see this match is quite close at the moment, which is good because sometimes people just get absolutely steamrolled in matches. There is a large element of luck to the game, of course. So that is 12 damage, which means I have to block with both. But I think I might still be dead anyway. I think.
Well, not really. Seeing how you can block a total of 4 damage. So
Oh,
I
yeah,
won't
4.
be able to deal that much.
they
And I
only
have
have-
an empty hand,
Yes.
as you can see, if you remember to look.
Yeah. Will I survive if I do this?
Yeah,
I'm not very good at mathematics.
that's 12 damage and you're blocking 4.
Yeah. So I'm gonna block with both of mine against one, because that should kill one of them. Whereas I could have blocked, both, but seeing as they have trample. First strike, yeah. Okay, so now I'm left with 2 life, and
Yeah, it doesn't really make a difference because I'm dead anyway.
yeah, so it's very close. And so if I hadn't played that that thing, I probably would have died then, because I had this guy who I can play now, and he lets me. I can choose any card from my thing and put it into my hand. Nothing is too useful at the moment, but we'll bring out this just because I like the art on it. Can't use it, but then we'll attack, and she has lots of untapped mana but nothing in her hand, and she can't block him because he's flying. Plus her one creature is tapped, which means I win. And that, I didn't actually talk about how that was sealed play.
No, keep him.
Okay.
Because we're down at 3.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, until I get the life link.
Yes.
Oh, actually, we
Oh,
won.
nice. That was... Oh, and I got an achievement. Bloodless Triumph.